Pardon me, Navigator. I do not mean to intrude on your personal time, but I would like to speak with you, if you would allow it. There are some matters unrelated to our work that I would like to discuss with you. No, you are not in trouble. You say that every time that I say that I wish to speak with you outside of our regular shift hours. Is it some sort of custom that I don't understand? Or perhaps is it another one of those strange human phrases that don't make sense, but that convey an idea that other humans understand? I shall have to investigate further into this matter then. I'm glad to hear that I could make you laugh. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you allow me to enter your quarters? Talking with you through a communicator when I'm standing outside your door is highly inefficient.
Thank you. I find it much easier to talk when we are face to face like this. And as that, this is a matter that I believe would be best spoken about in private. It is something that's rather personal. You look afraid. My apologies. I realize now that my phrasing might have been distressing. It wasn't my intention to upset you, nor is there any reason to be upset. I'm being truthful. There is no reason to be afraid. I understand that in human culture, being approached like this may typically warrant some confusion or worry. But that is not the case in this situation, I assure you of that. You still look suspicious of me. I understand your concern, but please believe me, I'm being completely honest. Navigator, I have been thankful to have you on my crew for nearly an entire Earth year now. And I believe that I have been fairly upfront and honest with you. I have no reason not to be. After all, in this matter, that stands to be even more true because this is a matter regarding yourself on a personal level. Please, I promise that I only approach you out of concern and will not press on any topics that you find uncomfortable. Thank you. Your trust in me shall not go unfounded. May I take a seat next to you? Thank you. Before I bring up my concerns, I must apologize. I do not know how this topic would commonly be addressed between humans, nor do I have a natural way to bring it up. I'm sorry if my approach to this topic is abrupt and jarring, but I do not want to prolong the matter. Forgive me if I come off as such. Thank you. I appreciate your understanding. My concerns are this. As of late, I've noticed that you've been behaving differently. You've been quieter. I'm not exclusively referencing the volume in which you speak either. You've been equally reserved in both your words and your actions. You have withdrawn into yourself, and it's clear that it's not a form of meditation or self-reflection. It's clear that you are having thoughts that trouble you. I would usually allow you the privacy to sort through such thoughts on your own, as you can often resolve such issues without help. However, this time seems to be different. You have been trapped in your thoughts for longer than you previously have, and it has gotten to a point that I'm concerned for your mental well-being. I understand that it may not be my place to ask this question, but I feel that I should at least attempt to resolve this matter. Not just because I am your captain, but also because I have a personal interest in your well-being. You are a kind, intelligent person, and I respect you, as well as admire you. It's for that reason that I feel I should ask you this. Are you okay, Navigator? That is not what I meant by asking that question, and I believe you know that. I can see that you are physically alright, in a broad sense of the term. However, I was inquiring about your well-being in a mental and emotional sense. You seem to be struggling with your thoughts, and I want to make sure that you are not struggling alone with a matter that you cannot handle alone. I can see that you're withdrawing from me. I understand if this isn't a conversation you want to have, or if it's one that you don't want to have with myself specifically. However, I can't deny that I'm somewhat saddened by this fact. It's quite clear that you're experiencing an internal struggle, and I hate to see you troubled. If not me, then I'd like for you to find someone that you can open up to. Please, I ask this of you not as your captain, but as a peer who is concerned for you. Find someone who you confide in and who you trust to help you through your struggles. Allow yourself to receive help. It is no sign of weakness, especially not for someone who deserves it as much as you. You avert your eyes, Navigator. I know avoidance when I see it. You struggle to believe you are worthy of weakness. It's something I've noticed about you on many occasions, and while I have failed to say something about it in the past, I refuse to let it go on any longer. You are a strong person, and a moment of vulnerability and weakness does nothing to change that. Asking someone for help does nothing to change how radiant you are. In fact, whoever you trust with that part of yourself should be thankful that you think so highly of them. Yes, I do. I am as certain of that fact as I am of my own name. Whoever you choose to confide in should consider themselves very lucky that you value them so much. Of course, I am very available to be someone who can provide support and comfort to you. In fact, I would be glad to be such a person, so long as you are agreeable to it. Then I feel I should say thank you. I appreciate that you're putting your trust in me, and I swear to you that I will not betray your trust. You laugh, but this is clearly an important matter to you. Humans may find it awkward to address these matters so plainly and in such a formal tone, but on my planet, personal matters are given much more weight. This is clearly a subject that you wish to keep private, and I want to let you know that your trust is not misplaced. Your mind and heart are of utmost importance to me. Certainly, I mean every word. Do you not believe me? Thank you. I truly do appreciate your trust in me. If you are willing, you may share your troubles whenever you are comfortable. Would it help if I were to move closer to you? I have noticed that being physically close seems to form a sense of trust between humans. I would not find it to be so. If it brings you comfort, then I would never believe something to be awkward. See? It's as I said. Sharing a closer proximity is not awkward at all, and you already seem more at ease from how much closer we are. I have a theory that sitting closer during conversations like this one brings humans comfort because it lends to a feeling of privacy. Then, if you're ready, I encourage you to speak your mind. Your thoughts are heavy. Allow me to help with your burdens. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, I've heard you discuss your depression when talking with your human peers. However, I did not think I should ask you about it as you had never mentioned it to me directly. No, it's actually not an unfamiliar concept to me. While your depression is specific to humans and your particular biology, there are similar afflictions in many other races across the galaxy. My own species has something much like it, where chemical receptors act in error. It has been something that I personally have been affected by, but it is something that I have sought to learn much about for the sake of my crew. Space is infinitely fascinating, but it is infinite, and it can be a crushing weight to be so small in the face of something so grand. I have seen many of my strongest crewmates grow weaker under the weight of their own mental battles in the face of the unending darkness. It's not always the best place to be when your mind seeks peace. Indeed, and that's why I made myself more familiar with these concepts. In particular, I looked into depression. Many human crew members struggle with it, and I wished to know what I could do to help them. I'd like to think I have, though I can only do so much. But I offer support whenever I can, and offer many resources to aid in the mental health and well-being of all members of my crew. Of course, I'm certain that you are doing your best to manage your depression, and I'm very proud of you. You've always been a navigator of the highest caliber, and your peers have nothing but kind words to say about you. I know that you also tend to be a very selfless person, and you will always put your own issues down to help with the issues of those around you. However, while I value your thoughtfulness and kindness, I also need you to know that it is not selfish to take care of yourself. In fact, it's something that I believe you should prioritize. It is, though. The importance of your own well-being can't be understated. You deserve to feel happy and welcome in your own life, rather than to merely go through your daily routine with only a dull sense of feelings and an unending tiredness. That is understandable. It is hard to motivate yourself to see the brighter side of things when the darkness has no end in sight. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. I believe that I can see your predicament more clearly now. It is, as I've said before, these depressive episodes are usually shorter, though it seems as though this one has lasted longer and taken a particular toll on you. Is there anything you can think of that could have caused this? Curious. May I ask you a question? I know that when we first began this expedition, you seemed to have several friends that were on our crew. On our last trip to Earth, many crew members decided that they were not going to renew their contracts and were instead going to pursue jobs on Earth. Am I correct in thinking that many of the crew members that left were your friends? I see now. You have been lonely without them, and that loss of a support system has made it harder to manage your depression. Then, if that is the case, I can provide even more help. The culture of my people is one that may seem formal and distant to humans. And I believe it is for this reason that there may be some confusion in our relationship. I had been treating you as what I would consider a friend, though I can see now that from an Earthling's eyes, our interactions would only be seen as those of pleasant acquaintances. However, I will remedy that now and declare that I wish to be closer to you, and to be someone whom you can rely on. I want to be here for you as more than just a captain or crewmate, should you be open to the idea. Excellent. Then I shall begin research on what humans do to communicate friendship in verbal conversations and actions. Are there any particular resources that you would suggest? I am confused. Could you please tell me what you mean? Ah, that is a logical method of research. There is truly no better way to understand human friendship better than to simply experience one. How should I go about experiencing this friendship then? A hug. But I believed hugs were only used to express affection or thanks. Oh, then yes, please feel free. I will gladly accept your hug. Oh, this feels nice. I see why it's such a popular gesture among humans now. It feels rather pleasant. I am happy to provide support for you, and therefore you do not need to thank me for it. And for comfort? Ah, then hug me as long as you want. I'm glad I can provide comfort to you. Yes, Navigator? Oh, my apologies. I had not realized that I was hugging you for so long. Now that I have provided you a hug, how else should I go about acting in a human friendship? That sounds like a very informative experience. It has been a while since I've seen a human film, and I've heard that they can provide excellent opportunities to bond with others. It's common that they are watched while enjoying food, yes? I have indeed heard of it, though I've never had the opportunity to try any. I would like to, yes. I've heard that it's very good. Oh, yes. A drink would be good too. What is this? Oh, this drink. It's the same one that I bought when we were stopped on Earth to refuel. The one that says grape, even though it doesn't taste like grape at all. You remembered that? Even in all of the chaos of that trip? Really? I hadn't realized it had made me smile. That is rather surprising, as I've been told that I do not smile often. Oh, thank you. I believe you have a rather nice smile as well. Thank you. That is rather good. I now see why popcorn is so popular. Pardon me? What was your question? If you wish to, then yes. You can lean on me and lay your head on my shoulder. No, I'm not uncomfortable. Actually, I find this to be rather enjoyable. Yes, truly. This is a very nice experience. If this is how humans express friendship, then I would like to do it much more often with you. Weekly? It's common for it to be on a specific night of the week, then? Oh, that sounds pleasant. Though, in all honesty, I'd prefer we could do it more than that. Well, because it's, as I said, I enjoy participating in this activity with you. I would like to do it as often as possible. That seems reasonable. Then which 2 nights of the week should we plan to meet to watch more of your films? Ah, of course, my apologies. I'll turn my attention back to the film. Though, before I do so, I just wanted to say thank you for this. I believe that I might have needed a friend as much as you did, and I am glad that it is you. You are an amazing person, and to be so close to you is one of the greatest honors I can think of. I look forward to a long life by each other's side, and seeing our friendship grow. You can call me sentimental and sappy, but I truly mean it. But that is a conversation that we can have some other time. For now, I want to watch this movie and enjoy the not grape soda.